So we have evidence of volcanic eruption. We have evidence of asteroid bombardment giving us the face of the man and the moon. But all of that is a result of the disruption at the time of the flood and subsequent to that. In the other area that is white, Gary, the material that covers that is anorthite. Anorthite is a crystalline structure that we find in the granites and feldspars on the earth, but it's mixed with a lot of other material. But we find it in pristine form on the moon. And if you remove the scars, you take away the man on the moon, that's okay. You cover it all then with the anorthite, because the anorthite is there, even in the scars, has just been covered over with basalt and burn and char and meteoritic and volcanic activity. So originally the moon was covered with this anorthite, which covers most of it. Now why am I talking about all of that anorthite? Anorthite has an incredible ability. That crystalline structure, unfortunately, like all of the rocks of the earth, has been fragmented. If it has less fragmentation, fewer fractures, all the rocks of the earth have fractures. And by the way, some of us think that occurred at the time of Calvary, when the rocks rent. Not only the adjacent rocks, all the rocks everywhere. The rocks from the moon, I've seen personally, and they're rent, they're fractured, all of them. All the rocks from the earth are fractured. You take any rock, look at it, examine it, there are fractures in it. Break the fractures, get it down to microscopic level, there are fractures in it. The closer we get to unfragmented anorthite from the moon, the closer we get to the acoustical signal of 528 hertz, or vibrations per second. Now that is important. 528 hertz is the vibratory cycle. It's a gentle acoustical sound, just a whisper, like a butterfly's wing. The closer we get to 528 hertz, the closer we get to the signal, for at 528 hertz, the enzyme is activated, the enzyme that repairs the DNA of living systems. Wait a minute. Before the moon was fragmented, all of that beautiful white anorthite, reflecting the light of the sun, gave off 528 hertz cycles per second. But the moon is dark and has phases, so we wouldn't be bombarded constantly by that phasing, but there would be a peak of the full moon when we would be gently bathed with that which would activate the enzyme to repair our DNA. Only, what do you think of what science has now learned?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And in the Bible, it's said in the first chapter of Genesis, verse 14, "May the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night." We thought the moon was just for romance. But instead, as originally designed, it repaired the damaged DNA, so that the original intent of the Creator and the original potential of the creation was to actually give man the ability to live forever. And then, of course, we blew it, we fell. Now we come to these scriptures, the Bible and science. The Bible. The Jews are very special, you know that. God set the Jewish nation apart for 4 specific and wonderful reasons. Number 1, to show the blessedness of serving the true God in the midst of universal idolatry. There is no satisfaction in serving an idol. He doesn't hear. He's dumb.